Let's face it, there's always that one in every group. That one that got away, the one that consistently slays those tough high notes, and the one that finally realizes that they have a booming solo career awaiting them. It's usually only a matter of time until they slip out, but hey, without these artists and their solo smash hits, the music industry would just not be the same. So now, let's do the honors and bring you 11 of the best solo artists that held from their iconic boy band roots, and we've got it all right here for you on Listed. Let's kick things off at number 11 with the one, the only Nick Carter. The current Backstreet Boys member decided to express some interest in a solo career, and yes, I mean current member, because that group has yet to give up. He released a solo album in 2002 called Now or Never, and although he never actually earned a hit from the album, Homeboy persevered, and with a second album called I'm Taking Off in 2011, but then decided to turn in the mic for a shot at the Golden Mirrorball Trophy as a contestant in the upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars. Next up, we have the sultry, steamy, former boy band member Chasez. Now, JC held from one of the most successful and well-known boy bands in history of ever. Oh yes, NSYNC. So although he never received half of the recognition as one of his other bandmates, well, we'll get to that topic shortly, he did release one solo album called Schizophrenic in 2004 with the hit Some Girls Dance with Women.
Some girls dance with women, knowing that it gets some attention. I wanna get in with them.
Nothing really ended up sticking for JC, so he went on to judge America's Best Dance Crew and produce and write music for other artists. And coming in at number 9, we have Joey McIntyre, who, for all of you youngins who are like, who that? Joey is the youngest member in New Kids on the Block who actually toured with Backstreet Boys for a hot sec. He made an attempt to fly solo in 1999 with his first album called Stay the Same, all while touring with Britney Spears that same year. Joey managed to stay on his solo A-game while releasing new material and dabbing in the film and TV industry. Now, you may have seen him in the movie The Heat earlier this year, until reuniting with New Kids later in 2008. And on that note, another New Kids member has successfully conquered the solo world with his breakout hit, Give It To You, also released in 1999. Yes, how could you forget Jordan Knight and that iconic turtleneck sweater in this dancey pop tune? The track, written by a young Robin Thicke, would kickstart his solo career, eventually earning him 2 more solo albums and a collab with Nick Carter. And moving on, but first, is it getting hot in here, or maybe it's because it's about 98 degrees right now? Okay, that was really cheesy, but yes, I'm talking about 98 Degrees former member Nick Lachey. He kicked off his solo career with the hit track What's Left of Me in 2006, residing on a solo album of the same name. Apparently, there was a lot left of Nick because he then went off to host the Sing Off and was also married to Jessica Simpson. R.I.P. to that adorbs reality show, The Newlyweds. In at number 6, I'm sure you may have had no idea or completely forgot that Omarion was a former member of the boy band B2K. Yeah, that was a thing and it happened. Omarion has smooth sailed through the solo stardom, releasing a soon-to-be 6th album this October, but let's not forget about his first hit called Oh, and of course this flashback breakup anthem. Since then, Omarion scored a few movie roles and has tracked on a few collabs with artists like Chris Brown, Kid Ink, and French Montana, and he's been signed to Jay-Z's Rock Nation management. Switching gears to the most recent boy bander to take a seat aboard the Solo Express and currently climbing all the way up the levels, Okay, that pun was a little obvious, but as the newest member of the solo squad, breaking free from his pre-pubescent brother Boyband, the Jonas brother Nick has released one album with 2 chart-topping hits, including Jealous and Chains. But the release of his newest single, Levels, has earned him a top spot on this list, because if you can't tell by now, he's only going up from here. And as if we can't spice things up even more, we bring you Latin pop legend Ricky Martin.
Upside, inside out, living la vida loca.
As a member of the group Menudo as a teen, Ricky's solo career was probably the best move he could have made, besides his famous suave dance moves in his video for Livin' La Vida Loca. He's scored himself 10 solo albums with hits including She Bang, Maria, and Nobody Wants to Be Lonely. Ricky also made headlines in 2010 when he publicly came out and said, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual male. I'm very blessed to be who I am." Ricky is still making his rounds across the globe, touring and, well, just living La Vida Loca. Making the list at number 3, we have British boy band Take That member Robbie Williams. Robbie was the youngest member in the popular 90s band and left the band in 1996 to pursue his solo career. He signed to Capitol Records in the US and released his first single, Millennium, from his first album, The Ego Has Landed, in 1999, and later on released his most popular song, Angels.
And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection.
And down to the final 2 most legendary solo artists to ever hail from the boy band barrage. I mentioned before that I would circle back around to the NSYNC train, and I'm sure you know where this is going by now.
Mama, listen.
And that was only the very beginning for Justin Timberlake when he swooped up the hearts of every señorita on the planet. Justin distanced himself from the boy band around the year 2000, where he took on many solo gigs, including his first record Justified in 2002, with the top 5 singles Cry Me a River and Rock Your Body. Justified was one of the 4 albums Justin has released, and since then he's gone on to play the Super Bowl halftime show, and we won't even get into the Janet Jackson's Booby Gate scandal. Many sold-out tours accompanied by Christina Aguilera and Jay-Z, and was awarded the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at the 2013 MTV VMAs. A true legend, you guys. And now for the last but most absolutely, definitely not least, most successful solo artist from a boy band, and I briefly mentioned his name. Of course, the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, emerged as a young talented solo performer in the early 1970s and cut ties with his brother group, the Jackson 5, in 1972. Within only 3 years, Michael had already released 4 studio albums, including Got to Be There and Been, which were also popular singles. Michael's first solo album that put him on the map was called Off the Wall, which featured his first 4 hit tracks, including Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You. Oh, and we should probably mention his most iconic dance move that we will never perfect as well as he did. He went on to become known as the King of Pop, releasing 10 studio albums, sold-out tours, and even after his death in 2009, he was still the best-selling artist of that year, which seems like an impossible task, yet somehow he managed and will forever live on in our hearts. And that completes our list for the best solo artists to come from boy bands. But now it's your turn to do the talking. Which artist was or is your absolute favorite, and why not make a prediction for who will be the next success to come right down here here in the comments section below. After that, you can click right over here to check out some things that you may have known were songs written by Justin Timberlake. Thanks so much for hanging out here with me on Listed. I'm Ryland Adams, and I'll see you next time. Click to the left to see 24 of the best celebrity dub smashes, or head to the right to check out the 10 most awkward celebrity interviews.